RuneScape 3 has a ton of unlocks that are absolutely worth your time in getting. However, in this video, I'm going to go through 10 that come to mind very quickly when I think about unlocks that I couldn't live without. This doesn't mean there are no other good unlocks, of course, there are absolutely tons, but these are the ones that come to mind straight away. With that being said, I don't think there's much else to explain about the video, so I hope you do enjoy and I hope you find it useful. Do check that you are subscribed if you enjoy this sort of content, and let's go. Quick interruption before we do get started. Recently I had to make a Patreon to help keep myself full time while ad revenue and stuff was all over the place, but I've been posting some unique content over there specifically just for Patreon subscribers, and there is a fair few amount of videos over there now. I will be continuing to post more up. In fact, one is being made immediately after this video, so for anybody interested, you can support the channel, help keep me full time, and also get access to some more content purely by heading over to the link in the description and then chucking $1 over onto the Patreon to get access to all of that. You also do get yourself some Discord roles and whatnot, and your name at the end of every single video. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the video. The very first unlock on this list is going to be good old Disruption Shield. For anybody who doesn't know what this ability is, don't worry, I've got you covered. It is going to make the next attack, whether it be melee, range, magic, or soft typeless, that hits you completely into zero. You just negate it. It is blocked. It does absolutely nothing. This is something that you unlock from Livid Farm, and it does cost 290,000 produce points, which takes quite a while. However, you can get the livid plants from the traveling merchant. Now, the reason I cannot live without this anymore is because quite literally, if I didn't have this, I would have died a million times more than I have lately. This ability is a lifesaver because you can use it on tick, randomly, off cooldown. It doesn't matter if you're on global cooldown or not. You can fire this thing off whenever you need to as a really good panic button. It makes PVMing in certain places so much more easy and safer and more convenient that I would suggest to anybody to get this unlocked. I put this off for a hell of a long time before I did get it, but now that I've got it, holy crap, I could not go without it. Next up is going to be Animate Dead. Let's be honest, guys, we all know this is going to be getting nerfed soon, but Animate Dead is still going to be really good. To unlock Animate Dead, you will have to complete the quest City at Sentiston. This is going to take quite a while to do this. There's a lot of prerequisites, but it is absolutely worth it. Once you cast Animate Dead, for every piece of magic tank armor you wear, you will be getting a flat damage reduction. Now, this is changing in the way that it works, and it will be reduced from what it is now, so I'm not going to bother going over all the percentages and stuff. But basically, every time you get hit, you'll be taking less damage than you initially would have in the first place, meaning you are wearing tank gear and then getting further damage reduction on top of that. This makes you much harder to kill in PVM, and it also makes learning PVM a lot easier for players who are worried about taking that extra damage. It basically makes mechanics and damage that you take a lot less punishing. The spell lasts for 12 minutes, so you only have to cast it once every 12 minutes, and it basically just makes PVM a lot easier. That is pretty much what it is for. But yes, with the nerf incoming, it will be less useful than it is as of right now, but it is in a broken, overpowered, insanely good state right now, so in the future, it'll still be really useful to use. The next ability is the Double Surge ability. Surge is obviously an ability that most of you guys are going to be aware of, but if not, it is the icon of a person running, and it is going to make you teleport, fast forward, surge 10 game squares in a straight line ahead of where you are. It is super useful for dodging mechanics at bosses such as Telos, and it is even more useful for just getting around the game a lot quicker. Surge is just something that is absolutely hella useful for traveling around the world. Now, the Double Surge Codex does exactly what it says on the tin. It gives you a double surge. This allows you to surge twice because it is doubled, and it lets you just travel around a hell of a lot quicker. It also means you can spend one of those surge cooldowns without having to worry about it going onto cooldown for a mechanic that is about to come up. For example, if Telos is about to use his uppercut ability and you want to dodge that with surge, you can still use the other one if you need to for any reason whatsoever and know that you have it available still. There is also a double escape codex, but surge is just way more convenient because it travels forwards and not backwards, and it goes a lot further as well. So that's why this one made the list and escape didn't. You can get this by buying it on the Grand Exchange. It is quite pricey, however, but I reckon it's worth every single penny. Moving on, we have the Enhanced Excalibur. Now, the Enhanced Excalibur is something you will get from completing the Merlin's Crystal Quest to get the regular Excalibur, and then you have to complete the hard and the elite Seers Village achievements. Completing the hard versions will give you the enhanced version, but completing the elite versions will give you the elite enhanced version, which you definitely want to get. What it is going to do is, as you right click this, you can press activate, and it will give you a heal of 4% of your life points 10 times once per 4.2 seconds, which gives you 40% of your health points back over 42 seconds. This is just a really useful tool that PVMers take with them absolutely everywhere to get some extra food, but I can't tell you how many times I have run out of food in a boss and gone, oh crap, what am I going to do? And then I've remembered that I've not even used this yet, so I've used it, and that has got me through to the end and saved me that time of having to reset the entire kill. So this thing is definitely a lifesaver in some situations, and you can also use it for a bladed dive switch if you don't have dive unlock like some other people who I will have no idea who that could be, not me. Next up we have Limitless, the ability codex that costs you an absolute bomb. That being said, it is definitely worth it once you get to the point of wanting to have this as part of your ability rotations. What it's going to do is allow you to use thresholds at 15% adrenaline rather than the 50%. This means you can use this after using Sunshine and start using thresholds a lot quicker. There's many other uses for this, but I'm not going to go into depth on all of them, but once you unlock it and start using it, you will notice that it is absolutely great. Not only that, but it is going to offer you a life-saving situation in quite a lot of places. For example, if there's a mechanic coming your way that is probably going to kill you, but you don't have enough adrenaline to use a defensive, you use Limitless, and then you suddenly have the adrenaline option to use that defensive ability. This has saved me in more times than I could possibly even begin to imagine, so Limitless is definitely going to have to be on this list, because if I can't survive, then I can't live without it, right? This thing will set you back around about 1 billion GP though, and the rest probably, but as a later on upgrade, it is absolutely something you want to get. Number 6 is something that everybody can get right now, and I suggest you do because it's a time saver, and time savers are incredible and you definitely want them. And that is going to be something really, really, really easy. Lodestone quick teleports. So this is purely just a impatient and a lazy thing, I suppose, but it is absolutely so better to have quick teleports for your lodestones. Now to do this, all you want to do is get some Viswax, whether you buy it from the G, whether you make it, whether you have a stack in your bank. Grab the Viswax, activate it, and then get some quick teleports with it. It is all you need to do. So easy, but so freaking good. This cuts the teleport time of lodestone teleports in more than half. It's really, really good. It's a time saver, and especially people doing clues and stuff, you guys will already know about this, but for any newer player who just watches their character spend ages doing that teleport animation, you no longer have to do it. Just get these. Worth it. Moving on, we have the passive Ring of Vigor. Now, the Ring of Vigor, the regular one, is something you buy for dungeoneering tokens, 50,000 of them, nice and easy, and it's a really useful item. It gives you a refund on abilities whenever you use an ultimate ability or you use a special attack from a weapon. So in the past, it was ideal to have this in your inventory and then swap to it every time you would use a Sunshine or a Death Swiftness or any ultimate for that matter. If you were really good at PVM, you would then also swap to this every time you plan to use a weapon spec as well. This was a lot of switching though, and so you didn't usually see people doing that unless, like I say, they were really, really good. That being said, once you have completed the quest Extinction, you can actually have this as a passive effect, meaning that from now on, you will have this apply to all special attacks that you do and every ultimate that you cast as well, and it will be 0 effort. So this upgrade of getting the Ring of Vigor to a passive is just way too good to miss out on. You are going to be saving so much adrenaline once it's all added up that you don't even think about. A 50% weapon spec with this will be 45%. Now, of course, that's only 5% adrenaline saved, but every time you do this, every time you use a Gothic Staff, every time you use a Staff of Armadillo spec, every time you use any ultimate in any sense, it's no effort, you saved adrenaline. It is a big upgrade and definitely worth your time to unlock. Number 8 is going to be not an item, not an ability, not a spell, but a skill level. 96 summoning to be exact. 96 summoning is absolutely a milestone that you want to unlock. It is way too good. At 96 summoning, you don't only get access to the Yak, which used to be the big reason why you would get this, but you get access to a Ripper Demon, a Calgarian Demon, and a Hellhound as well. Now, these summons are the only summons you're probably ever going to worry about in the game once you unlock these. However, the difference between having a Ripper Demon and not having a Ripper Demon in terms of DPS is absolutely insane. The Ripper Demon still stands to be an absolute game changer for PVMers in terms of DPS output and speeding up kills and just helping with things like DPS thresholds at bosses where they apply. The Calgarian Demon is obviously really, really good for using a Staff of Armadillo, and the Hellhound is also useful in a lot of niche situations as well. I even forgot to mention the Reaver. The Reaver is just really useful in places too, but either way, at the end of the day, 96 summoning is a goal that everybody should get. It makes a huge difference difference, even if you only look at the Ripper Demon. Having access to that amount of damage is crazy and absolutely game-changing. It's expensive to get here, it takes a lot of time, it is effort, but it is absolutely worth it. If you had to go PVMing now without any familiar whatsoever, just think about how much different that would be. It would be crazy. You would probably hate it. The Elite Dungeon Chest upgrade. This is something that, again, you can't just buy outright. You have to do some other requirements, but it is absolutely worth it. Once you complete the Curse of the Blackstone quest, you can then head to the Elite Dungeon reward shop and you can buy the upgraded chest for 750,000 Dungeoneering tokens. Now, this is a lot. This is a hell of a lot of tokens, but it is definitely worth it. This is going to allow you to have access to a bank at the chest near the Elite Dungeons, where all the loot would originally have gone into, and you could just bank in there whenever you want to. Not to mention, inside the Elite Dungeons, the chest that you would teleport at as well is also now a bank. As well as this, you no longer have to toggle your actual loot options on the chest before you kill anything that could double a drop. Now that you have this upgrade, any drops that go in the chest can also be doubled as well. This increases the amount of money you're going to get through the entire dungeon by a ton, and it also offers you a convenience to not have to toggle this when you got to the bosses. If you plan on doing any good amount of Elite Dungeons, I would highly recommend that you get this. However, it is also worth mentioning that completing the Curse of the Blackstone quest will also give you a damage reduction while you're inside the dungeons as well. So there's other benefits to this too. Finally, one upgrade that I actually literally cannot live without because it saves my life on the daily and probably like once an hour at least is going to be the Defense Skill Cape. For anyone who hasn't already got the Defense Skill Cape, 99 defense is the requirement. Of course, getting this acts as a sign of life just from having it equipped or having the power stored in your max cape or your adventurer cape, whatever the hell it is called at this point. But having this available is a free sign of life once every hour. This literally saves my life, so I could not live without it. But also, it's just an unlock that you just want to get it. Like it's just good. Having a sign of life with you everywhere you go is completely game changing. That you can just, if you don't have a way to deal with a mechanic, just tank it. Just let it hit you in the face. It's fine. This is not ideal. Don't do this. But if you have to, or if you mess up, you don't get punished as much. The Sign of Life is an absolute lifesaver, literally. So definitely grab this if you don't have it already. And if you don't have the Defense Skill Cape and your max cape or anything like that, and you're PVMing, killing bosses, what are you doing? Get it in there. It's too good. Stop not using it. Sign of Life OP, unless you don't die. I die a lot, so it's OP for me. There we go, 10 unlocks that I personally could absolutely not live without. Actually, really interesting task for you guys. In the comments, put your 10 or 5 or whatever, put your list of unlocks that you could not live without in the comments down below, and I'll be interested in seeing how different yours would be to mine. These are the first 10 that came to my mind when I was thinking, what 10 things could I not actually live without? Well, what do I really value having right now and would absolutely miss? So, you guys do the same in the comments. It'll be really interesting to see. That being said, we are at the end of the video, so hopefully you did enjoy it, and please do make sure you do subscribe. I post content almost daily, and also make sure notifications are on so you can catch the live streams as well. Finally, if you do want to get some more content and do plan on signing up to the Patreon for that, thank you very much for the extra support. And while we're there, people who are already patrons, people who are already channel members to get the early access to videos and other emotes and whatnot, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. It is insanely appreciated, and your names will have been through the outro of this video, so thank you again, all of you legends. It is yeah, just thank you guys. But other than that, thank you everybody else as well for watching. I really do appreciate it too, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.